So hello everyone. Today's word of the day is foolhardy. What does foolhardy means? It is when you are acting without thinking about danger or consequences. The person is very foolhardy. Simply आप ऐसे रिस्क ले रहे हो विच आर अनवाइज एंड विच इज़ अननेसेसरी. ठीक है, तुम ऐसे रिस्क लेना, ऐसी चीज़ें करना विच इज़ केयरलेस, विच इज़ वेरी डेयरिंग बट इन अ नेगेटिव टर्म. ठीक है, सो सिंपली फूल हार्डी मीन्स, फूल हार्डी का मतलब फुलिश से नहीं होता है. रिमेंबर, इसका मतलब होता है बेसिकली यू आर डूइंग थिंग्स बट केयरलेसली. ठीक है, एंड लाइक यू आर डूइंग थिंग्स बट यू आर वेरी इरिस्पॉन्सिबल. ठीक है, तुम उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज नहीं देख रहे हो बट यू आर जस्ट डूइंग थिंग्स. ठीक है, तुम्हें नहीं पता कि उसके बाद क्या होगा बट यू आर डूइंग थिंग्स. ठीक है, बिना किसी सोचे समझे किसी चीज़ को करना, उसको बोलते हैं फूल हार्डी. सिंपली फूल हार्डी मीन्स marked by defiant disregard for danger or consequences. ठीक है, synonyms of the same is reckless, careless, daring in very negative sense. And also word of the day, we have synonyms of foolhardy, that is reckless, careless, daring. A person is very rash, a person who is very impulsive, a person who is very daring and headstrong, a person who is foolhardy is also a wild, a person who is very thoughtless, बिना सोचे समझे किसी भी thoughtless, a person who is irresponsible, a person who is very adventurous but dangerously. ठीक है, so a person who is very rash, impulsive, headstrong, wild, thoughtless, irresponsible, adventurous, and the person is foolhardy. ठीक है, now let's go to the usage of the word. She made a foolhardy decision without thinking. Foolhardy decision means a decision that was risky and not properly thought out, and बिना किसी सोचे समझे, like she didn't consider consequences, danger or outcomes, so she took a decision quickly and carelessly but ignoring the possible risks which could lead to problems. Simply, she is taking decisions quickly and carelessly but she is ignoring the possible risks and which could lead to the big problem. So this is the meaning of this sentence. Let's go to the parts of speech of each sentence. Just wait. Parts of speech of she. We have she as a subject, verb. Subject हमेशा noun या फिर pronoun हो सकता है, तो it is pronoun. And verb, we have verb and a is article. आर्टिकल के बाद हमेशा noun आता है. ION वाले words हमेशा noun होते हैं. ठीक है, and foolhardy simply it's a adjective, you can say. And without thinking, it's a prepositional phrase. Without is a preposition and thinking is a gerund. ठीक है, gerund, how gerund? Because ऐसे verb which is formed used as a noun. ठीक है, सोचना एक verb होता है but इसको noun की तरह यूज़ किया गया है, तो here it acts like a noun, so thinking is a gerund and without is a preposition. ठीक है, सिंपली she हमारे पास सब्जेक्ट होगा, सब्जेक्ट वर्ब के साथ एक सेंटेंस की फॉर्मेशन होती है. ठीक है, सब्जेक्ट नाउन प्रोनाउन, आर्टिकल ए इज़ आर्टिकल, फूल हार्डी एंड डिसीजन. आर्टिकल के बाद हमेशा एक नाउन या फिर प्रोनाउन आता है. ठीक है, सो आर्टिकल के बाद हमेशा नाउन आता है, दैट इज नाउन. डिसीजन इज अ नाउन. ION वाले वर्ड्स हमेशा नाउन होते हैं. ठीक है, ये भी याद रखना. फूल हार्डी नाउन को कौन क्लासीफाई करता है, वो हमारे क्वालिफाई करते हैं एडजेक्टिव. विदाउट इज़ अ प्रपोजिशन. थिंकिंग इज़ अ वर्ब बट इट इज़ एक्टिंग लाइक अ नाउन, सो जेरंड. सो दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट फूल हार्डी. प्रोनाउंसिएशन की बात करें, दैट इज़ फूल हार्डी. ठीक है, फूल हार्डी. गॉट इट? सो शी टुक अ डिसीजन carelessly without using her mind or considering consequences. Simple meaning of sentence. So foolhardy means a definite disregard for danger or consequences. Now let's go to the committee is nothing but a paper tiger. So the government is under pressure to address the needs of the unhoused. What is the meaning? Simply let's go to the sentences. What is the meaning of the origin of expression paper tiger? Paper tiger. Tiger is an animal that usually puts the fear of God in most people. No one chooses to take any risk with his powerful and formidable animal. ठीक है? People often flee as soon as its name is uttered. When we see the same animal in the form of child's stuffed toy, however, instead of running away, we choose to hold it at hand. We're not overcome by the sense of fear when we refer to a person as being a paper tiger. What you are suggesting is that the individual, though he looks threatening, is in reality harmless. So, simply, his outward appearance just show he is in fact a toothless tiger, a very weak individual. The expression can be used with anything, countries, organizations, rules. Here's a few examples. Simply, despite the leaders, Dusser people across the world have realized that both America and Russia have been reduced to paper tigers. The new committee is nothing more than a paper tiger if it doesn't have the power to either fire or punish erring individual. So simply, paper tiger means something that appears powerful or threatening but is actually weak. It's actually weak. So if I go with the synonym of paper tiger, simply we have first very weak, second जो pretend करे, person is pretender, third जो बहुत ज़्यादा bluff करे, fourth we have very sham, fifth we have fraud, sixth person is paper tiger which is toothless entity. ठीक है, next is person showpiece है. ठीक है, next is illusion, something which is very illusionary, and eighth we have empty force. Simply, a person who is paper tiger appears powerful or threatening but is actually weak. So paper tiger, simply what does mean? Paper tiger means person who appears powerful or threatening but is actually weak. So we can use in this sentence, for example, the committee is nothing more than a paper tiger. It means committee looks powerful but has no real power, authority or impact. Also we can say America and Russia have been reduced to paper tigers. What is the meaning of that? Simply, despite appearing strong, they are not as useful, they are not as powerful as in reality. So both America and Russia are the paper tigers. We can say like that. Next, we have some words in this paragraph. Formidable, we have uttered, and next we have simply, let's go with the words. We have formidable animal, we have uttered word, and anything else which is somehow, no, these two, and bluster also. So what is the meaning of formidable? Just wait. So what is the meaning of formidable, uttered and bluster? Simply, formidable means a very powerful, strong or difficult to deal. Simply, was very powerful and formidable. Sad. Formidable means person who is very powerful, who is very strong, who is very tough, who is very intimidating, and who is very fearsome. So formidable means simply, if I go with these synonyms, person who is very strong, person who is very, not person, you can say anybody, and who is very powerful, person who is very tough, and person who is very fearsome, जिसको डर ना लगे. And next is intimidating. Intimidating. Got it? Now next we have word uttered. What is the meaning of uttered? Its a base form is utter. We use as a verb utter to say something aloud. Simply, people often flee as soon as its name is uttered. Simply, to say something aloud is uttered. Simply, to express something, to spoke something, to say something, and to declare something. If you can say he uttered a few words before living. Simply, he expressed a few words, he spoke a few words before leaving, so uttered. What is the meaning of bluster and blustered? Blustered means simply its verb form is bluster. So, bluster is past tense is blustered. So, despite the leader bluster, simply to speak loudly or aggressively or boastfully without any real power. जब लीडर्स बहुत ज़्यादा लाउडली बोलते हैं, एग्रेसिवली बोलते हैं, फिर बोस्टफुली एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, किसी चीज़ को थ्रेट करना टू शो एंगर इन अ वेरी नॉइस वे इज़ अ ब्लास्टर. सो सिंपली loud talk with real strength, with real little strength. So bluster means simply boast. Secondly, to swagger, and next to show off, or you can say to threaten. This is the meaning of bluster. Now you know the meaning of paper tiger. Simply, who is very weak, who is very pretending, who is very bluff, who is very showy, sham, fraud, showpiece, illusion, empty, force. Now next, how is the word bristle pronounced? I have pronounced bristle. Simply, bristle means person. A word consists of two syllables, that the T in the second is silent, the vowel in the first syllable sounds like I in the set, and next we have, so simply bristles means, this is all about the pronunciation they have told you, but if I will tell you about the bristle, so the bristle means, now simply bristle means person who, a thing which is very short and stiff hair, like, got it? The bristle, we can use it as a noun also and as a verb also. When we talk about noun, its meaning is to stiff fibers. For example, stiff fibers in a toothbrush, simply a verb which is very short. Got it? And as a verb, we can say to become very angry or irritated. So simply, you could see several bristles sprouting on my grandfather's chin. So it's a hair, stiff hair. Or like animals or a bird, beard. So the dentist recommended that I use a brush with a softer bristles. Simply very soft, or you can say a short hair. So bristle is also used as a verb to mean to be angry. And when animals get angry, their bristles stand up. So bristle, when used as a verb, its meaning is very angry or irritated. And bristle, simply it's a stiff hair. On toothbrush, we have seen we have a toothbrush. So the bristle hair, simply it's a bristle hairs. Now, what is the difference between the homeless and unhoused? It's given by Nandini Rao Wrangle. The term unhoused is not anything new. It has been a part of English language since the 16th century. Of late, the word has become popular among native speakers of English. In terms of meaning, there is no difference between unhoused and homeless. Now, homeless, simply both are used to refer people who do not have shelter. But since PC or political correctness is being thing nowadays, there is a tendency to use unhoused instead of homeless. So careful users of language argue that unhoused is much more sensitive term than homeless. So in our country, the number of unhoused people has doubled in the past decade. The government is refusing to discuss the problem of unhoused. Got it? So homeless, it's been without home. Simply unhoused is also the same meaning, but considered more polite and more sensitive. So homeless versus unhoused. unhoused is used as a more polite and sensitively. So practically there is no difference in the meaning, but only differs the tone, and also the, for example, the one has a softer tone and one has a simple, not used as a softer or more polite tone. So unhoused is used as a most respectfully. Synonym, for example, we have a shelterless, unhoused means person who is shelterless. Second, person who is very roofless. Unhoused means a destitute. It's very important word, destitute. Fourth, we have displaced. The person who is displaced is unhoused. Next we have vagrant. And next we have transient. And also we can say person who is very nomadic, उनका एक घर नहीं होता है, without shelter. And indigent, it's related to poverty. ये destitute भी poverty से related है, ठीक है. Next we have unsheltered, उनके पास कोई shelter नहीं होता.